Greetings one and all. Welcome back to my kitchen here today. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make a cassava cake, which I've made here before on my channel, but what I'm going to attempt to do is incorporate some Kava into my cake, which, as you probably know, Kava is normally a drink drunk in places like Fiji. It can be ceremonial, and it's part of very big part of culture there, but a lot of Westerners just can't stomach it. They don't like the taste. So my logic for this is I'm going to try and I've got some powdered cassava which I buy online, and don't get me wrong, I love the stuff. I just drink it the usual way, mix it with some water, with a billow, and suck it on down, high tide. But my reason, what I'm going to try and do here is see if, instead of dissolving it in just water, I'm going to add some fat as well, and just see if it it's a bit of a mad experiment. See if the Kava sort of dissolves into that fat, and then we can cook it and maybe get that really good calming feeling you get off the Kava, but in a edible form. Alright, that's enough waffling on. Let's just give it a go, see what happens. I have no idea if this is going to work or not. I'm inviting you to join me on the journey from start to finish. We're going to cook it, make it, cook it, and then we're going to taste it at the end, and then I'm going to honestly tell you A, what it tastes like, and B, if there's any of that nice calm feeling that you usually get from drinking Kava. Alright, let's get on with it. Big long-winded opening there. So the first things first, so I talked about fat, and what I'm going to use is coconut milk, because this is going to be an ingredient in my cake as well. So I'm going to try and dissolve my Kava into this. So that's just 1 can of coconut milk, and I'm going to dilute that a little bit and just add probably about half a cup of water. And here I've got 3/4 cup of that powdered Kava plant that I just showed you that packet of, that I just opened. And you can readily buy this online. It's legal. It's no problem in Australia anyway, sourcing it. So I'm going to thoroughly give this a good whizzing up in my processor. That's step 1. Alrighty, now next thing I want to do here is I've got this little filter bag that I usually use for mixing my Kava. I usually put the dry Kava in there, get my bowl of water and sort of mix it around as I do. What I'm going to do here is actually use it more as a just a bit of a filter bag, if it'll work. So I'll get my mix, and I'll just pour it into that bag. Just get the sides up a bit, and all we're doing is just getting any of that coarse sort of muddy bits out. Like so. Alrighty, I'm pretty happy with that. Now next, I'm just going to get this onto a little simmer and just reduce that down, probably by about half or so. Alright guys, I'm pretty happy with that. It's nice and thick. Now I'm just going to let this cool down now to room temperature. I'm going to keep stirring it for a little while so it doesn't stick to the bottom there. So yeah, this is basically, I'm going to call this the active ingredient to a Kava cassava cake. Alrighty, time to mix up the ingredients for my cake. Now, being cassava cake, one of the main ingredients, of course, is cassava. Now, I'm able to buy here in Australia packets of this grated cassava, and they comes frozen, and I've obviously defrosted it. Now, these particular packets come in 454 grams sizes, so I've got 2 of those, which is going to make about 900 grams, or yeah, close enough to a kg for me. Now to that cassava, I'm going to add 1 cup of desiccated coconut. I've got 3/4 cup of sugar. Now usually, if you saw that last recipe I made when I made cassava cake, I use less sugar, but I want to counteract the flavour of that kava a bit by adding a bit more sugar. Throw in that kava now that's cooled down. So you can sort of see it's almost sort of gone solid, but not quite. Throw that in. And it looks really, it kind of looks really chocolatey. Just a word of caution, don't mistake it for chocolate and start madly licking the spoon or the bowl. You'll quickly lose. I had a little tiny taste of it, and I quickly lost sensation in my tongue and my lips. There's a real severe tingling, which you always get a little bit with liquid kava, but I think we're onto something here with potentiating the strength. So, you know, if you want to do that, do it. It's up to you. Now here I've just got a 395 gram of sweetened condensed milk, and we're just going to tip half of that in there, reserve the other half. We are going to be using that later on. And I just do it by eye, but like I say, make sure you reserve at least half. That's pretty good. And we're just going to thoroughly mix that all up. I'll get on with that and I'll get back to you. Alrighty guys, so I've just got my little square cake tin out. I've just greased that with some butter. I've thoroughly mixed up my cassava cake mixture, as you can see. We're just going to get it into that cake tin. Alrighty, now I've just got my oven preheating to 180 degrees Celsius. I'm going to cook this for a preliminary, probably around 40 or 45 minutes. Then I'm going to check it, and then we're going to finish it off. Alrighty guys, so it's about 3/4 of an hour later. I've just pulled my cake out of the oven there. Now it's not quite cooked yet. Still a little way to go, not much longer. But remember, we've kept half of our tin of condensed milk there. And now we're going to tip that all over the top. Like so. Get my brush, I'm just going to brush it right over. Now I'm just going to put this back in for about another, I don't know, 15 minutes or so. Okay guys, so that's about 15 minutes later. I've just pulled it out, as you saw. I'm just going to now just let this cool down before I slice it up. Alrighty guys, so I've let my Kava cassava cake cool down significantly. It's still a little bit warm, but yeah, I just can't wait to try it. I've cut it into slices here, so I'll just give you a look. As I've said before about just plain cassava cake, it's a dense cake, and it's supposed to be. And yeah, it looks pretty nice. So yeah, this first report, I'm just going to give you a report on the taste, and then maybe I'll come back a bit later and see if I get any of those calming effects. But let's see how we go. Alrighty. Well, it's past phase one, no worries at all. It tastes really, really yummy. Just right at the back there, you can get a bit of that Yangona flavour, but it's really, really faint. And yeah, if you didn't know it was there, like you wouldn't even notice it. It's a yummy, nice cake. So I'll get back to you a bit later, and we'll see how we're going on the yeah, if we're getting any calm effects off it. Alrighty guys, so here we are about what's the time, 15 minutes later. So just to report how that cassava cake's going. Well, Kava cassava cake's going. Just after I turned the camera off, after I did that initial taste, I was getting, soon after, I could start to feel that tingly feeling in the back of my throat, not sort of on my tongue and mouth, like that's what usually happens, but yeah, and it wasn't like super strong, like when I tasted out of that bowl, and it was like, whoa, just numbing. But but now, man, all I can say is, yeah, I'm feeling very, very relaxed, and I would call that experiment an absolute success. I tried to look up on the internet prior to doing this today, because I thought surely this has been done before, but I don't know, maybe my search skills weren't too good, but I can't find anywhere where there's recipes where this has been tried, but there probably is, like I say. Hey, if any of my friends in Fiji especially know of any other ways Kava's been consumed besides the traditional way, yeah, let me know in the comments. It'd be great to know how it went, and Yeah, I'm glad. I was tempted after about 5 minutes. I was thinking, oh, I'm going to have another slice, but yeah, I think I'll leave it for a little bit longer. Alrighty guys, thanks for watching. Thanks to everyone who's subscribed to the channel. I really appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, Dean Evans Easy and Delicious is the channel. Click that subscribe button, click that little ding-a-ling-a-bell thing, and that notifies you when I upload videos, and I will see you all next time.